Hey guys, we're back with the Joan of Arc campaign. I actually tried to record this already, and that is why a couple of scenarios are unlocked. But yeah, it didn't record properly from what I did. So I'm starting this again. So you can play any scenario if you have unlocked it, but we're going to start with one, obviously. Just ignore the other two for now. So this is an Unlikely Messiah, and this is going to be played on moderate, and it's a very easy mission. I could do this on hard. It's just called hard, yeah. It's just a very easy mission, and there's no base building involved, so that's nice. So let's just go straight into it and the cutscene. Also notice that Joan is actually misspelled, or the common misconception of, how it's spelled. But yeah, I actually forgot about that. Well, I pretty much known it to be like that before as well, because that's basically however it was written, because I'm from the UK. But yeah, here's the start of the first scenario in this campaign.
February 19, Army Camp near Vaucouleurs. This morning, I awoke to visions of fire and steel. These nightmares come more often now that I have seen my beloved France eaten away in years of war. I wandered through camp, ignoring the new snowfall, but observing the wounds and weariness of every soldier under my command, observing the desperation in their eyes. It was then that I first saw the girl. She told us that her name was Jean. She told us she was but a peasant who did not know how to ride or fight. She told us that she intended to rescue France. The darkness lifted from the men's souls. Her voice rang with conviction, and we drank in her every word. I may have lost my faith, but Jean has not lost hers, and that is enough for me. Jean has asked our ragged band of soldiers to take her to Chine, where the rightful ruler of France, the Dauphin, hides from his foes. The war-torn land between is infested with enemy marauders, and we will lose many men. Death is by now an old companion, but for Jean, we will face it again.
Okay, so there is the setup, and now it's going to go straight into the mission and give us our objectives, like it does for most missions, and the music's going to start up. So yeah, there's only one real objective you got to do here, and you got to get Joan from the yellow sort of area in the northeast of the map to the very west of the map, where the orange player called Chinon is, and then you win the scenario. She's got to live throughout, so make sure she doesn't die. The hints, I'll go through these if I remember every story mission. So France's enemies are Britain and Burgundy, my bad. So yeah, the red and the purple players are going to be, well actually just the purple and the green players are going to be your enemies during this. The British don't actually attack you at all during this, but they are your enemies though. The green player is just highwaymen. Get used to Burgundy being purple, by the way. France won't give you very many units, but they pretty much enough to keep you throughout the level. You'll get 2 knights. They are your best fighters. Yeah, make sure they don't die. Well, actually, you could let them die. You actually get a little line for that, but, it's not preferable. There's no economy in this. You just got to get Joan to her destination and make sure she doesn't die. Basically the same for the other one.
Bonjour, Jean. My colleague and I will escort you to the Chateau of the Dauphin, or else we will die trying.
I am Jean de Metz, and I will protect you as my life.
Alright, so here's the 2 knights you have. One is actually better than the other. Yeah, de Metz here has 3 more attack for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Joan is kind of weak. She only has 100 HP, but she has decent armor, so she should be okay. But these 2 guys are going to be your best fighters. That idle animation bug with some of the units still annoys me, though. Not much can really do about that, but...
I have heard your claims and believe what you say. We will follow you to Chinon.
Alright, I believe we get some archers here too, as the French accents basically give them French.
You might have need of a few archers on the road ahead.
Oh, those French accents. Yeah, I don't know.
You must be wary of the road ahead. Our our enemies, the British, are out in force, and their Burgundian allies are thick as rats. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Alright, now if we try to go up here, I believe it just gives us a "don't go that way" message.
I spotted a nest of Burgundians to the north. Best to go another way.
Pretty much, yeah. So there's a very few real challenges you come across in this scenario. It's actually very simple. There's one part that might confuse you, but that's about it. Joan is under no real threat, so put everyone in no attack stance when you get to this hill. You don't have to, but it helps. So the red are the British. They're obviously just destroying the French here. The Cavaliers and Knights have the same HP, because the Franks get a bonus to Knight HP. Onagers are bad news, man. But yeah, after you're done with that, you basically just keep going. Don't go east to the British. They are still hanging about, I believe. So you pretty much just want to go south and then round. So this chapter is, I call it a chapter now. This scenario is pretty easy. I believe they are called scenarios in the campaign sort of style. Usually there is 6 to a campaign, though for 1 in the Conqueror's expansion that is not the case, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah, this is a pretty easy one, and a pretty short one as well. A lot of the other ones are going to be much longer than this. Probably only take 20 minutes or so.
The British must have destroyed it. We must find another way to Chinon.
Also, I can actually set the speed to fast, but I'm going to keep it on normal because I find it a little easier to micromanage. I'm going to put the sound up a little bit more. I don't know if it's currently that loud, but I just put it up a little bit more. The music should be okay, at least. It's actually a lot better than what I had it at before, where you couldn't hear me over the music, so yeah. Alright, so you got crossbowmen here. I'll get our 2 knights to try and save this crossbowman here. I think he's gonna die. Yep. Unfortunately, a crossbowman died, but not much we can do about that. Also, heroes actually heal in this. In the Age of Conquerors, heroes actually heal up slowly. As you see, Demet's healing slowly. That was not the case in Age of Kings. So that's kind of strange how you can go back to the Age of Kings campaigns and some of the changes actually stay. But yeah, so it actually makes it easier to keep Joan alive as well, because she heals up.
We'll never get through that wall without siege equipment.
So this archer will hit you, and there will also be a watchtower. I believe you can actually get round here. The reason I'm doing this is there is actually some highwaymen over here, and if you sneak past you won't have to fight them. And also these archers will come out, and they're extremely dumb, so I'll basically take my knights to take care of them. And we'll basically just play cat and mouse here as I take out these archers, as they will be annoying if you leave them alone. They'll be really annoying if you leave them alone, because they basically take out your ram.
French don't know when to give up.
Shut up. Shut up, Burgundians. Yeah, they're going to be purple whenever you see them, which is just weird, man. I believe the Burgundians also have a few scout cavalry, but no big deal. So I might do a few random maps instead of just playing through this, because this idle animation thing does actually bother me quite a bit. You might not see like the big deal, but I'm just like OCD. That animation pause, I just can't handle it. But I'm gonna do this mission at the very least, just to tell you what's up.
Cover your belongings, men. We follow Joan of Arc. We will carry that battering ram along with us.
Alright, so we're gonna put our
We have use.
crossbowmen in there, and I'm gonna put one of my pikemen. No, I do not want to kill him. Capped rams actually move faster if you do this, and
Are you mad? Across the
Yeah.
bridge lies a Burgundian castle and many men. Down there at once.
if you go across here, there's a Burgundian castle. You don't want to mess with it. But yeah, the battering ram, you can actually put 4 people in it. I can't remember if they heal up. because usually when you put people in buildings, they heal up slowly. I don't know if that's the case with rams. It doesn't look like it, but maybe I'm wrong. I assume it's only buildings. But yeah, the capped ram will help us get through the walls and maybe take out this tower. You don't need to take it out, but might as well if I want to. Yeah, so there's a Burgundian castle up there. You don't want to mess with it, otherwise you'll die. You can't even you can't take a castle out at this point. Like, even as a challenge, I don't think you could do it. Maybe I don't know. There's probably not going to happen, honestly, but whatever. So we're going to get our 2 knights and put them on a group. I use groups. I try to use groups a lot, but I end up forgetting about them quite often. So we'll have you as group 3, basically my foot soldiers here. We're also going to get the 2 knights attacking the gate as well, because this will take a while, actually, with just the ram attacking, surprisingly. Right, so I can also throw my other soldiers in. Probably not a good idea, though, because they don't have much pierce armor. Not that it really matters in the end. I mean, if you kill the archers, the cat ram will be taking so little damage that it won't even matter. See, there was like 6 archers in there or something. If you actually let the archers keep attacking the ram, it would probably eventually die. So what you do is you bait them out by just putting them in range, and then they'll come out the gate, and it'll be much easier to kill them with your knights. And the AI is pretty dumb in this game, so you can do that quite a bit. And it's quite funny to just watch, if you go attack their gate and then run away, they will actually normally they'll just be like, what? I don't know how to react to this, but yeah. I believe there is a scout cavalry though still, so we're gonna, yep, there is a scout cavalry. Remember, pikemen do get bonuses. Surprisingly, they're not hitting the ram, which would have been a much smarter move. Pikemen get bonuses against these guys. Oh, they're light cavalry, my bad. Right, so, yeah. No, I don't. I want you to keep attacking. God damn it. Right, there we go. Alright, so you don't really need to destroy anything here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ram and just kind of put it over here. The reason for that is you don't really need this ram anymore. You can actually just leave it. But there is this point where you've got to get your whole army into a bunch of transport ships. And that's probably the hardest part of this scenario, honestly, is just getting them into the transport ships, because getting units into transport ships can be very annoying. So you actually come across some more of these guys, dire wolves. For some reason they don't react when you attack them right away, but eventually they will. It's very strange. But they're very easy to take out, especially with how many soldiers you probably have now. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to select the 2 knights and John and put them in one group. They're going to go first, probably. And yep, go up here. Alright, so
there are Burgundian soldiers everywhere. Hurry west to the river where we can make our escape.
Alright, so you pretty much want to get everyone into these ships here, as many as you can at the very least. And yeah, just try to get as many in as you can. I believe these 2 are full. There was actually some room in there. Right, well I got as many as I probably could. Unfortunately that pikeman looks like he's going to die. So I believe I did get 13 in there. I do have a ram that's going to randomly do stuff. You don't need a ram. I can't attack them anyway, so let's just send it to its death. There is a part here where you can actually skip a part of the level. I'm not going to bother doing that because it's easy enough. As my ram dies over there. Poor guy. There is a war galley here that will annoy you, but it shouldn't annoy you too much. You just got to land with the transport ships. Don't take forever. I believe it's like you can unload here and then skip some of the enemies. I guess they never saw that on the map, or maybe they purposely left it in. Yeah, so there's a war galley here, Burgundian war galley. You kind of just want to disembark over here. Make sure that your transport ships don't actually die, because that would be tragic and would lose you some soldiers, obviously. After that, you probably want to send your transport ships up here, and then kind of just bring your soldiers over to these guys.
You mean to lead the French army? Such confidence I have not seen since this war began. Very well. You have 6 more soldiers. Jean the Maid.
I'm actually going this way because I can't remember what the point of this is. I don't think there is actually a point to this. It's just a way back to the bridge. So this just seems like the wrong direction to go. Oh well. But yeah, after you've kind of diverted the war galley, and it might annoy your troops if you leave it there, so yeah, make sure you try to get rid of it. Bring your 2 knights out in front. There is an onager coming up, or a mangonel. It's very annoying. Every enemy's really annoying, but you know, onagers and mangonels are especially annoying. So yeah, just kind of bring your knights around. They have enough HP for it to not be anything really threatening. But see how Mangonel takes out those 2 crossbowmen really easily. These 2 can probably take out all those 4 men-at-arms by themselves, really. I'm pretty sure Joan is fine. Yeah, this guy is taking some damage, but he's going to be fine. And that's pretty much it. There might be a wolf or 2 left, but that is pretty much it in terms of the enemies on this map, I think. There might be a few more areas that you could explore, and I'm just going to leave my scorpions and take these guys up. But that is about it, I think. So that is kind of a roundabout way to get around the map, but it's pretty much the way they want you to go. I don't think you can do anything really that differently. Because there is a river block in this area, so you need to get those transport ships. And finally we get over here.
Chinon, we have made it.
And there's nothing to worry about, there's no enemy ambushes or anything like that. Now if your knights die, you do get a line about them, you know, dying. I don't think it's a big deal. Just if Joan dies, then you lose the mission, so don't let her die. I don't think there's really any consequence for letting the other 2 die, but they should be okay the whole mission anyway, so yeah. They also, remember, heal up slowly as you're playing, so yeah, there is that. This monk will try to heal you the entire time, by the way. He's like, try to get over there, and I'm just running away. Also, there's 1 militia here for some reason. Alright, so I just send Joan in there, and that should be the trigger to ending this. So it just crosses out the objectives, and we're done. And we get a little cutscene to end this, so let's see it.
As Jean's footsteps echoed down the marbled hall of the chateau, the fat and whispering dukes did not but stare. The Dauphin himself seemed afraid as she kissed his feet. "My gentle Dauphin," she demanded, "why does England claim what is ours? Why are you not crowned King of France, as is your right?" The courtiers began to murmur. The Chamberlain whispered lies into the Dauphin's ear, but the Dauphin pushed the Chamberlain away and rose to meet Jean's gaze. "She stands only to the shoulder of the shortest man, but all of us must look up to speak to her." I know not what silent conversation passed between the Dauphin and his would-be savior, but it was obvious that His Majesty was in the same thrall as we.
Alright, so it gives you a little score, just like it would in a random map. It actually sets out the teams for you as well. Apparently the British are on their own. But yeah, they actually set up the teams so those 2 groups at the end won't actually attack each other, so, you know, that's why they set the teams like that. And obviously you're allied with the yellow and orange players. It shows you your score and pretty much everything that you do in a regular match, though it might be less useful here because obviously you don't start with the same resources. It took me like 20 minutes of game time to get finished. But after you're done, just go to scenario menu, takes you back here, and I actually have the third one unlocked for some reason. But the next mission we're going to do is the Maid of Orleans, which is more to do with base building and kind of a, well, eventually it is. The start of the map is once again just kind of a trek through with your units, but that's the next one we're going to do. It shouldn't be too bad either, I hope. But yeah, more base building sort of style to that. So I may do a couple of random maps, additional random maps, or just battles against the AI, maybe 2v2s or something. Probably won't do anything multiplayer yet, but yeah, so I'll see you guys on whatever I do next.